So the NFL has had many legal actions taken against them, but their steady enhancement of the rules and their equipment has really, saved them from any of that being a real threat to them. Now, some of you probably played sports at some point in your life or watched sports, and just knowing the rule changes and the equipment changes can really help you understand the sport itself and just make your experience better. I played football since I was about 8. I'm almost 20 now, so that's about 12 years of football, and I've been watching it since as long as I can remember. So you can probably say I live, breathe, eat, and bleed football. So after playing so many downs of football, after getting hit so many times, I really understand why the NFL has taken these precautions of changing rules and changing their equipment to protect the players. I've also looked through many news articles and sources to help me, figure out what these changes are. The NFL has made many changes to the game of football through the years to make sure that all the players are protected. I plan to talk about how the rules have been improved or changed completely to protect players, and also how helmets have been changed to prevent injuries. So first, let's look at some of the rules that NFL has changed or implemented into the game nowadays. The NFL has added and changed many rules like chop blocking, unnecessary roughness, horse collar, and hitting a defenseless player, as shown by NFL.com online article, Health and Safety Rule Changes. In 1992, the chop block was made illegal. Now, the chop block is basically when an offensive lineman and a defensive lineman are both engaged, and another offensive lineman hits that defensive lineman on the thigh or lower. And this was changed to make sure that their knees are protected, their legs are protected, because having a 350-pound lineman hit you in the side of the knee, there goes your ACL, your MCL. In 1995, the NFL made the rule that when tackling a passer during or just after throwing a pass, a defensive player is prohibited from unnecessarily or violently throwing him down and landing on top of him, as said by NFL.com. So this is really to protect quarterbacks. Just they're kind of fragile, whatever. But this actually just happened to Aaron Rodgers this year. He got landed on by a huge lineman and broke his collarbone. So it's definitely a big thing for quarterbacks, and to have a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers out, they don't have the greatest backup. That could be their whole season. In 2005, it was made illegal to horse collar, and that is, grabbing the inside of the shoulder pad to tackle a runner. That's to do with the back, the neck, and the head. And in 2009, it was made illegal to hit a defenseless receiver if the initial force by the defender is to the neck or head area. And this was a big thing about concussions and, neck and head injuries. This was a lot of punt returns and stuff like that. When they're looking up, you can't see anybody. So after looking at some of the rule changes and implemented in the NFL, we can now look at what they've done to change the helmets up to protect players. The NFL and the companies that make the helmets have made many changes to their helmets to help prohibit injury. According to Dan Polnero, a mechanical engineer, helmets were made with a rigid polycarbonate shell, a steel face mask, and padding, but modern helmets may use more advanced materials and more analyzed and engineered designs, as said in his online article, Solving Football's Concussion Problems. So this was definitely a big thing with helmets, because at first they were just, started with leather heads, and they moved on, they had a little bit of padding, and now they have a lot more padding, a lot more flexibility. Polnero also says Rydell, the largest manufacturer and maker of the official helmet of the NFL, produces a helmet system which utilizes high-density foam and a face mask designed to absorb some of the impact of the hits. And in the online article by Rydell Protect and Perform, they talk about how they made their new helmets with a flexibility built in, and that really absorbs a lot of the hit and can really take away from a concussion. So after hearing, some of the rules and some of the equipment changes that the NFL has done, you can really see that they care for their players. The NFL has made many changes through the years of the game of football to make sure that all players are protected. All that the NFL has done, all the changes it is made to the game of football, have really helped them and their chances of being sued to be a non-threat.